What's up, my fellow health nuts or peeps out there? Hope you're all having a great day. The kids are now asleep, so it's the perfect time to shoot this video sharing both a quick recap of week 1 and also how week 2 went of this no added sugar challenge. You can also check out the other video on this channel where I go into a full depth review of the first week of being off of no added sugar. Now for a quick summary, on day 1, I didn't have any crazy cravings until later in the day, about 4 p.m. And there was a trigger for that. I saw this delicious Chinese drink. I had a lot of sugar the day before starting this challenge, so I think that is a contributor to why I didn't have any major cravings until later in day 1. Day 2 was interesting. I was very thirsty throughout the entire day, and towards the evening I got this major headache. So on that day I had to increase my water intake. I want to add real quick that week 1 was definitely a huge adjustment phase. And week 2 actually got a lot better, and we'll get into that in a little bit. On day 3, out of nowhere, I was hit with this very down mood. I was pretty blue for some reason. It was like I was having some sort of withdrawals or no sugar withdrawals, you could say. But on day 3, my headache did go away, which was good. And the blue mood didn't last through the entire day. Day 4 was better as well, mood-wise much better. Definitely had cravings going on, especially at night when my parents-in-law brought home a delicious cheesecake. Man, that was tough to resist, but fortunately I made it through. Day 5 was much better, and on day 6 I definitely felt like the challenge was kind of just going on forever. And I noticed this trend on both day 6 and 7 and kind of throughout this challenge that I would have these big cravings right after lunch. And those after lunch cravings lasted for many days, but I finally just realized today actually that my after lunch cravings have gone away, which is so amazing because those were the worst. Okay, so on to week 2. I'm super excited to share with you more about what happened each day, and I'll try to include a picture as well of what I ate throughout the day. On day 8, I still had the after lunch big craving hit. Then for dinner, I had a delicious meal, and this was the first time that I actually cheated a little bit on this no added sugar challenge. I did have the dipping sauce. It was very yummy. It was a type of sweet and sour, you could say, dipping sauce for the chicken tenders there. So I did have that little cheat, but I am proud to say that that was basically the only time I have cheated throughout 2 weeks of this challenge. After dinner, I headed over to the store with the wife and kids to pick up some 100% fruit juice with no added sugar. I actually downed one of the big jugs within the first day and a half of buying it. But to be completely honest, I didn't feel that great after having that much. Even though it was no added sugar, I just didn't feel that great. On day 9, I still had cravings throughout the day. Back to triggers, right? An example is when my son would be eating popcorn and I'm sitting right next to him, watching and hearing him snack on popcorn and getting all excited about eating popcorn, caramel popcorn by the way. So being around that temptation is very tricky, especially as a parent when you have kids that love eating sugar. But if you're trying this challenge or wanting to start a challenge like this today, know you can do it, and I'm rooting for you. Day 10 of my no added sugar challenge was quite a doozy. I had a pretty large workout in the morning, which left me pretty tired and exhausted throughout the day. On top of that, I didn't get enough liquids in, so I just wasn't feeling very energetic, which led to more sugar cravings, which made it a pretty rough day, but I was able to pull through. Day 11 overall went very well. I had this delicious, it's called Lanzhou La Mian, which is a Lanzhou pulled noodles. Very spicy, but I've definitely fallen in love with spicy foods. If you're also a fan of spicy foods, please let me know in the comment section below and let me know what you like to eat. I'm always open for suggestions. On day 12, I finally felt like I was getting used to saying no to the sugar cravings. I noticed further into week 2 that I was developing this discipline and self-control to say no. As my body and mind become more used to saying no, it actually gets much easier. I did have McDonald's for dinner, so not the healthiest option, but the portions were small. On to day 13, I noticed that my mood and energy levels were very stable throughout the entire day. The cravings were also fairly mild. Whew. So for me, week 1 was definitely the hardest, the adjustment phase you could say. And then week 2, the cravings were still there, but they slowly got more and more mild. And on day 14, I was so shocked. I looked down at the scale. I had lost 5 pounds in week 2 alone, and a total of 8 pounds from not eating added sugar for 2 weeks. And on day 14, the end of the second week, I had this aha moment where I realized that I could actually live without eating sweets. That may sound funny. It was truly hard for me to go even one day without eating sweets. And so it has been an emotional journey for me. And I am very grateful and moved that now I can finally say that I don't actually need to eat sugar every day. And it's such a relief. Okay, so that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for watching. Before you leave, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Bye-bye.